deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. First carry for Nick Chubb. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Point it right. Watch the team. Mike 15. Check back. Hey, alert 33.
Throwing on second down. Mayfield got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Regular. Hey, wahoo! 15. Mike 15. Let's go.
Mayfield. And he's got his man on the out route. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On second down, here's a run with Mack. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And an alley to run. And down to the 15. I think that's Mack who's still down. Yeah, it is. Mack apparently shaken up there. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense, I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it, because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing, Mayfield. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
You got 4. Run. Tighten up.
Mayfield to throw it. He'll let this go for the end zone. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On 1st and 10, Fields. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Check, 59.
2nd and 4. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Looking to throw. Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, 91 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Second and 14. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. 2nd and 11. Over the middle, it's complete. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Throwing on first down. Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Go. I'm trying to collect. Watch 15. Watch 15. Mark 15.
First down, Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Watch out. Hey, alert. Run. Buzz.
To throw, Mayfield. He's going to loft one deep left side. And got his man complete. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 83 yards. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 30, 10, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, an 80-yard touchdown as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And he missed it. No good. and they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
A run for Nick Chubb. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A good pickup there for the Browns. 15 yards.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. From the gun, Mayfield. It's Williams on the catch. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Mayfield now, 7 of 10 here in this first half. And he's got a 1st and 10.
Who got 17? Who got 17? Slam.
They go play action. Mayfield letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is... incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 3 out. Point it right. Point it right. Point it right.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Hey, alert 33. Hey, Charlie.
On 3rd down, Mayfield going for it all. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Off play action. Fields. Campbell making the catch. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Throwing on 3rd and long. Fields looking deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock down and go to the locker room.
It's caught. Beckham. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Real. Check 24. Real. Hey, Zoo.
Mayfield with it once more. And he comes back with one complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. Mayfield now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, Alpha.
And again, it's Mayfield. Looking for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead is up to 8. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission? Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man, complete. A huge play that time for the Colts. 56 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bowman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, there's no doubt in my mind the defense has to be excited. They should be excited after what they've done recently here. But guess what? My old coaches always used to say, when you're having that kind of success, be careful. Play your keys, play your techniques. Watch out for something coming at you.
Good job defending the run. Probably going to have to defend the pass here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. First possession of the 3rd quarter, and interceptions, or maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
From just shy of midfield, Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield looks to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They'll try the left side. It's Bowman. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Back to throw. Fields looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
Let's go.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. Mayfield on 1st down. This is caught by Williams. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. I'm coming after you. Hey, watch it. Regular. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin.
Brandon, these cornerbacks have their hands full all afternoon long, but they finally get a measure of revenge as he gets himself in a nice spot. He's able to get 2 hands on the football and pick it off.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive, and they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Trying to lay one up deep. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Greedy Williams picks it off. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Bravo!
Following the interception, Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off at his own 47. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So the Colts now bringing the offense back onto the field as they'll go for 2. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Browns drive about to get started. They begin this drive with Chubb. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And again, it's Chubb. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 51 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Now Myers for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 2nd down now. It's Bowman, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. Operating from the gun, Fields. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Looking to throw. Fields going up top, and that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and I think the Browns got it. They did.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over, but that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Now Mayfield. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but For the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So
and nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. In for the score. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Browns. Mayfield down, and this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. Oh, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Hey, watch the slant. Check 50.
On first down, Fields. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Colts on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it.
Hey, motion. Cut up.
On 1st and 10, Fields. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Mayfield off the play fake. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Mayfield now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Kings.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield escaping the pressure right. And he's able to find Wallace. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield on play action. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to sling. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. The 20. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. Here's Mayfield. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 16 yards the pickup there. The Colts have a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Fields. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Fields. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Complete to number 84. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Indianapolis.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. Looking to throw. Fields. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. That goes for a gain of 31. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Back to throw. Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From a yard out. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Here we go now as they will again try for 2. They'll look to throw again. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here. But let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
An opening for Chubb on 1st down as he dashes forward for about 7. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. They set up the screen to Chubb. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
He can run for it, and he will. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. And now he'll tuck it and run. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?